Yeah, talking to one of the leading architects of what's happening here on Yas Island in Abu Dhabi. Mohamed Abdalla Al Zaabi is the group CEO of Miral. Mohamed, good to have you with us. Thanks very much indeed.
Thank you, Richard. Thank you for inviting us.
So Miral, maybe not a household name, but some of your assets certainly are. We can see across the car park, SeaWorld Abu Dhabi, you've got Ferrari World, you've got Yas Water World, many others as well. Can we talk about performance? I know that last year, 23, you had a stellar year, 34 million visits to Yas and Saadiyat was the number you released. That was a 38% increase. What are we? 5th of December now. What can you tell me about how 2024 is shaping up?
Richard, by all meanings, 2024 is the best year ever for Yas Island and Miral from all aspects, financially and visitation. We're very pleased to see this number of people visiting our theme parks, enjoying the time here on Yas Island, as well as Saadiyat and enjoying different attractions on Abu Dhabi.
You were telling me though, and it surprised me, that your busiest months are not now, which is peak holiday season, it's July and August.
Indeed, Richard, interestingly, we always say in the UAE, our campaign is bring your impossible. And Yas Island is a great story of how we can make impossible possible here in the UAE. 15 years back, everyone was challenging us, guys, summertime, it's difficult to bring tourists, how you can do it, how you can crack that challenge. But last year, 2023, 2024, we have seen actually more number of visitation to our theme parks during July and August, more than December, which was the busiest month before that. This year, also we have seen growth or increase in July and August visitation. During August only, we had more than, for example, at Warner Brothers Hotel, occupancy of 93% over the month, with average daily rate of 1,200. And that's reflect of success Yas Island vision that we have put in 2015.
I mean, if you told me that even 5 years ago, that the Warner Brothers Hotel would be 93% occupancy in August at a room rate above 1,000 dirhams a night, I'd have said that's just not doable. I would have laughed.
I would do the same. 5 years back, I would not believe that, but today, I think we have managed to crack that challenge. We have seen people enjoy their time here in our theme parks. But think about it, Richard. You have 150 ride attractions. All of them are 5 minutes proximity of driving from each other. And the queuing is hardly 20 minutes maximum. The average is 5 minutes queuing at each ride. Where else in the world you could have this experience? It's only on Yas Island. And proximity to hotels, golf course, combine that with Tahad Arena and different events, we have created very unique experiences here in Abu Dhabi, and we created one of the top leisure entertainment destination on Yas Island.
Well, let's talk about what's coming next, because you're not resting on your laurels. Looking at some of your future developments here on Yas Island, Harry Potter is being built at the moment. I know you're expanding Yas Water World because I drove past it a couple of days ago. And also the Natural History Museum on Saadiyat Island. Georgia Tolley, my colleague from The Agenda, has been speaking to one of your colleagues about that. Can we start with the Natural History Museum? Give us a bit of context about that.
Before that, Richard, it's very important to say that over 12 years, we have been working on Yas Island to create a unique and immersive experience and destination that will attract people from around the world to come create unforgettable experience here on Yas Island and Abu Dhabi in general to enjoy their time. I think in partnership with Department of Culture, Tourism, and other partnerships here on Abu Dhabi, we have managed to create very unique experiences. Natural History Museum is just one of those projects that we have collaborated with Department of Culture and Tourism to create a natural museum here on Saadiyat. It will be very unique experiences. The construction is almost at the final stage. We should finish the construction in a few months, and that will be very unique experiences inside the museum.
But if I think about something like the Natural History Museum or the other museums on Saadiyat Island, for example, the Louvre and others, they're fabulous things, but I don't think of them as money-making profit centres. Whereas I look at SeaWorld or Ferrari World and I think, yeah, that's a money-making profit centre, or your Warner Brothers Hotel. How accurate is that?
We have short-term and long-term goals on Yas Island and Saadiyat. We want to create a tourism industry that can contribute to our GDP. The UAE government has put very clear target for us to achieve, where we want to contribute 15% from tourism industry to our GDP. That will jump from 160 billion dirham in 2022 to almost 450 billion 2031. And that is very stretched target. I think in 9 years, we want to triple GDP contribution, tourism contribution to our GDP. To achieve that, you need to build attractions, you need to build hotels, and other facilities here in Abu Dhabi, and specifically Miral focus on Yas and Saadiyat. I think our theme parks and museums will contribute to achieve that goal.
So, in terms of your performance, we got the visitor numbers. What we don't have, I don't know how much money you're making because you're not a listed company. Aldar, our host today, they're a listed company. We get their numbers every 3 months, and it's when we pour over them. Any thoughts of an IPO for Miral at the moment? It seems to be the flavor of the month.
While there are so many successful IPOs happening in Abu Dhabi, there is no plan in the near future to IPO Miral or our portfolio. But back to your point where how the performance of our business, I can tell you that all attractions are making money, and we reinvest our money to improve our customer experiences, add more attractions, and that's what we have been doing. You just mentioned Yas Water World, expansion of Warner Brothers with Harry Potter Land, and of course, recently we opened eSport gaming arena inside Ferrari. We will continue improving our customer experiences here on Yas Island by adding more attractions, more rides, but also by bringing new events and new MICE and business corporate events as well in Yas Island.
Well, finally, what is the future of this industry more long term? I was reading that you were in Florida, I think, just last week, weren't you? The International Association of Amusement Parks and Attractions. You were speaking at that event, am I right?
Yes.
And you were talking there about pushing boundaries. What's the next frontier for this industry beyond theme parks? You can build more theme parks, but what's the next generation?
I think now it's about integrating technology and digital with experiences, and that's the new direction, the new trend. We have been working with Team Lab Phenomena to achieve part of that, where we bring art and digital to merge under one roof, and that will create a digital art experiences, multi-sensory experience for our guests, exploring AR, VR experiences on Yas Island, but also how to let customer to create their own experiences, tailor their experiences to have better and more convenient experience for them. I think that will be the future trend in the industry.
Well, that's for the future. The here and now, though, this weekend, Formula One, 20 seconds left. Busy weekend for you, I guess, on Yas Island.
It is, of course, the busiest week in Yas Island. We'll have more than 150,000 people coming to enjoy Formula One, enjoy different events here on Yas Island, as well as, of course, enjoying theme parks, golf course, and the Tahad Arena.
Wonderful to see you. I know it's a busy time for you, so I appreciate you taking time out to speak to us. The thoughts there of Mohamed Abdalla Al Zaabi, the CEO of Miral. That's the company behind some of the theme parks and attractions here on Yas Island, like SeaWorld and Ferrari World. It's the Business Breakfast, live from Aldar Square in the nation's capital, Abu Dhabi.
Dubai Eye 103.8.
Join the conversation.